Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and today we are going to do a test drive of the Gottrlatan. It is this week's banner mobile suit, has a 5-step banner with 2 half-price steps, and it is a 750 raid, usable in ground and space, space compatibility, so slightly better thruster efficiency in space and a few other small perks. 3-star rarity, 12-second respawn, 3 melee priority 3, 18 close range slots, 19 medium, 20 long, 28,000 hit points, 30 ballistic resistance, 26 beam resistance, 28 melee resistance, 40 range strength. I got an enhancement skill that gives it another 9. 35 melee strength, movement speed of 145, top boost speed of 230, thruster gauge of 85, and turning speed of 81. Let's see. All right, so its main weapon is beam rifle, which apparently does not charge. Does 2,900 damage per shot, 6 ammo, range of 350 meters, cooldown time between shots 4.5 seconds, 13-second reload time. Okay, yeah, it does stun according to the description. Beam tonfas, 2 of them. Melee power 3,100. Cooldown time 2 seconds. It does have a heavy attack, which takes 1 second to charge. Has a heavy attack Kai specifically, according to the description, which means you can use it in the air. Has a rapid fire version of the beam rifle, 16 shots, power 800. Range 350 meters. Cooldown time between shots 5 seconds, half a second. Dumb. Reload time 12 seconds. Yeah, does not suppress, but offers reasonable continuous fire. I'm reasonably sure that it will fire in bursts of 4 since it has 16 ammo. Let's see. It does have chain explosion missiles, which I always like those. Let's see. 400 damage. I think that's per tick, probably. 12 ammo, 350 meters once again. Cooldown time between shots, 1 second. Reload time, 12. Guided missiles towards reticle with explosions continuing over time at impact point. Okay, so they follow the reticle, apparently? Well, we'll test that in a moment. Pressing the reload button when ammo is maxed out disables the limiter, temporarily altering weapon performance. Ammo consumption is halted during attacks. So it's a chain explosion missile pod with a limiter release. That's fascinating. Mega beam cannon. That's a weird looking beam cannon. Wonder if Tomino designed that one. He likes weird swoopy shapes. He may have provided notes, I'm betting. Power 2000, heat rate 40%, 400 meter range, 4-second cooldown time between shots, overheat of 18 seconds, and focus time of 2 seconds. Must stop to fire, but normal fire offers suppression and a reasonable fire rate. Focused fire also offers suppression and penetrates mobile suit, dealing continuous damage, so it's a Garrowby. Pressing the reload button with heat gauges at 100 removes the limiter, temporarily altering weapon performance. Heat gauge consumption halted during attacks. Can also be used in midair. Okay, so you have to stop to fire, but you can also stop in midair specifically. Okay, it does have a compound multi-eye sensor. Interesting. When that's active, it seems to change from a horizontal to a vertical configuration on the eyes. Neat. Range 300 meters, cooldown time 0, but that doesn't matter because it overheats after 1 use, 15 seconds. Increases attack damage dealt to enemy units and temporarily reveals location of enemies within range while weapon is in use. Effect is not shared with allies and is canceled when exiting, resulting in an overheat. Okay, probably exiting mobile suit, I think, is specifically what they're going for there. Okay, so it's like the visor that the metal spider and some of those use. Gottrlatan beam shield. It is a small shield with power of 2,800 if you hit a parry with it. 7,000 hit points, cooldown time between attacks, 2.5 seconds, and cooldown from overheat, 25 seconds. When selecting this, your mobile suit will activate a beam shield that can attack or defend. If the shield is fired on, damage dealt to hit points is reduced. Using a shield attack to repel enemy melee weapons or attacks, except tackles or heavy attacks, from the front will knock the enemy down and deal damage if the shield makes contact. And yeah, it will shut itself down and overheat if it reaches the end of its durability or time limit. All right, so shortcuts. I always put the beam shield up there. I'm going to put the visor over here and the mega beam cannon here. Yeah, that suits how I usually use things. All right, so skills. Assault booster level 3, so it charges jumps 60% faster and has 50% faster jump speed. Also, it's harder to knock out of the air when jumping. Melee composite, so 2-hit melee and the balancer effect, so you can go directly into melee or tackle at the end of a boost or a jump. Ambac level 2, which is the standard skill for space compatible suits, gives you slightly better turn speed, and also if you are boosting in a straight line, you will not get the braking animation that you otherwise get in space. High maneuver armor. During high-speed movement, damage and stagger resulting from cumulative damage are reduced. Nullifies reactions when hit, except for toppling attacks or tackles. However, if heavy stagger or higher is nullified, stagger from cumulative damage becomes more frequent. Okay, so if your high maneuver armor blocks a heavy stagger from something, you get easier to build stun. That's interesting. I often just forget how that works exactly. High performance thruster control system level 3. Landing after a boost can be canceled with high speed movement of lower thruster consumption. And high speed movement can be performed again. High speed movement of slightly less thruster consumption. Additional actions can be performed while jumping as well. Also reduces thruster use by 50% during high speed maneuver in air. So basically it combines forced injectors and all of the airborne jumping skills as well. Aerial melee system level 2. So, yeah, that's the one that gives you increased attack power while boosting. Or while in the air, excuse me. Emergency evasion system 3. So that is double dodge roll with slightly better efficiency than level 2. Damage control level 1, so it's harder to build stun. Glide structure level 4 means you fall slower, basically, so it's easier for you to plan your next action. Yeah, that's the only aerial skill not bundled into high performance thruster. Optimize cooling efficiency. So yeah, it has some of the boost efficiency improvements that the new part I got yesterday has built in. This has a better version of it built in. I bet they stack. They should. Anti-blast stabilizer nullifies the stagger caused by MS explosion. So if you're standing next to something when it blows up, you will not get heavy staggered. Heavy attack Kai. Yeah, that's the heavy melee attack. And yeah, heavy attack Kai can be used while in midair. So, and just to give the whole spiel, in case you don't know this about heavy attacks. When selecting a weapon that supports heavy attack Kai, hold and release the attack button to perform an attack with added power in melee. This attack also ignores buffer damage reduction and pierces enemy shields. Damage recoil is lessened when hit mid-attack, and stagger due to cumulative damage is reduced. Also, heavy attack Kai can be used while in midair. Yeah, so it is actually very difficult to get you out of that, basically. Flat booster level 2, so pretty boost efficient flight when you hit the jump button while boosting. Back add on buffer level 5, 50% damage reduction on the back buffer. Post combat program, if melee weapon is equipped, it increases mobility and reduces stagger. So like the Z-Zulu, yeah, when your melee weapon other than a shield is active, you're harder to stun and you're faster. And lastly, immobile fire system for using the big beam rifle. Activating when using ranged weapon, you must stop to fire, reduces reaction caused by ranged attacks, and staggers when hit consecutively by attacks without suppressive effects. Damage received from ranged attacks reduced by 30%, does not apply while focused. So yeah, it's only when you're firing. If you're standing still and holding a charge, does not apply. All right, so we are going to take this out, and hopefully I remember to test everything. We will see. But like I said, it's been a hot minute since I did a test drive, so we'll do that. And since it is a raid, that they can be a little bit tricky to get a good round with sometimes because they can be fragile. So we will at least have evidence of this thing's performance before we do anything else. Man, that backpack is huge. I see why it has 50% damage reduction. I did not realize it was that big. Wow. Okay, so yeah, the rifle does not charge, but it does have a pretty good ASL range and fair damage. Let's see, the chain explosion missiles, they fire 2 at a time. They do track the reticle, as far as I can tell. So they stun fairly easily, and we will check out the limiter release ability in a second. See how that works exactly, but yeah. Okay, it fires all of them much faster. Yeah, in bursts of like 5 or 10, I think. But yeah, that's a lot. I like it. Okay, Mega Beam Cannon is, yeah, to stop the fire weapon. It fires 2 bursts when not charged. We will charge it. That I believe is a Garobi, they told us. Yep, definitely a Garobi. And yeah, it has flap booster. Let's move to the next suit and see what the limiter release version looks like. Okay, the limiter release fires your chain explosion while you are firing the rifle. That's amazing. I love it. So a couple of quick things I missed when I did the first run on this test drive. The Garobi gets ASL too. So I was trying to set it up so it would do some of the things I've seen it do in rounds, like jump around between viable targets. But yeah, charge the Mega Beam Cannon does have ASL, so as long as something's within that gray circle, it should connect. And also, I noticed that you when you're in limited release, you forego the ASL, but you get a much longer, more damaging beam in addition to the endless stream of missiles. So, yeah, that's some fun ability. So I'm looking forward to working with this some more. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty great. I like that. Rapid fire rifle is a rapid fire rifle, and the spot ability, yeah, will show things within range of you, and you'll get a damage bonus, but it does not apply to your teammates at all. Okay, the parry, it's standard, just a shield smack, nothing special. Okay, so the beam tonfas. That's the neutral, that's the left, that's the right, and that's the downswing, which, okay, is 2 punches, kind of striker custom-y, I think. The damage, oh yeah, well, the heavy attack is, okay, it is 2 close-up swings and then a kick. Let's do that first and see how it does. 1, 2, boom. Okay, that was, I think it said about 13,000, so yeah, pretty good. Let's see how this does. Okay, good travel on that. 4,700 to a Humberby, so that's type neutral. And yeah, as a heavy attack Kai, you can use it in the air and get some travel out of that kick. Let's see if I can land that. And okay. Okay, yeah, 5,000 just from the kick. That's not bad. Okay, so I want to try the Mega Beam Cannon again, just because I want to see if... okay, it does not fire uncharged when the limiter release is on, but it will keep spitting, okay, non-chain explosion missiles at things while that is happening. So basically, if you want a second set of missiles, you can activate your limiter release. Okay, yeah, they are very fast, but they do follow the reticle, so that can be very useful, but also you will have to move fast, which I'm not always good at. This might be, man, that is a huge backpack. This might be a good candidate for adding turn speed increase. Okay. Okay, yeah, it looks like you give up the chain explosion when you do the limited release on the missiles as well. So, but it does just keep firing missiles forever and ever. Can do it while boosting. Let's see if the uncharged one can or the standard fire can fire while boosting. Just waiting on that reload. Can it do it? Yes, it can. Okay, nice. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like this. It should be very fast, have a lot of fun damage options. Of course, it does have the aerial melee. It does not have any abilities that let it fire while boosting. No kind of like resonance skills, anything like that. It is, it does have limited release skills, which are great, but to a certain extent, beyond those, what you see is what you get. There are no like major state changes. Okay, but firing that in the air does keep you in the air. That could actually be very, very useful. I'm going to let it cool down, and then we will. I'm going to fire the Garo Bee in the air and see what we get. But yeah, I like this. Going to take me a while to figure out like the best combos and such, but I think this is going to be a lot of fun actually. So hopefully, yep, it can fire the Garo Bee in the air. That, of course, like many such aerial attacks, is going to leave you kind of vulnerable, hanging in the middle of everything. Again, especially with a massive backpack to hit. But yeah, this is okay. Yeah, and that is that, and beams. Okay, yeah. So this thing has a lot of ways to. It has a lot of ways to do very fast damage on its way in. That's not bad. And yeah, the heavy attack definitely more useful than the new Jagans, because I am still not good at that. It is very specific. And yeah, that was a lot of damage. I want to say it was like 18, 20,000, something like that. So yeah, it is. This thing is set up pretty well. I like it. So yeah, trying to think. I don't think I've missed anything here. Oh, well, there is one thing actually I have missed, which is, what does the counter look like? Not bad. Nothing too special, but that was, did it have an I'm going to do that again because I swear it had an extra arm come out of its backpack. Interestingly, for all of its strengths, that's not a lot of counter damage. Arm. Yes. Okay. It has another beam another beam blade built into its head. I have not watched any Victory in years and years, so I forgot it had that. That's kind of neat. It's one of those things I kind of wish it had a way to use that was not part of the counter, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, also, just a second here. Okay, yeah, it does change the eyes when your spot skill is active. When it's active, yeah, your eyes turn red. So, basically, so yeah, if you, I don't think there's a lot in the way of stealth suits at 750. There's the just a Shazar Type A, but if you're running a stealth suit at 750 and that thing has red eyes, it probably knows where you are. First, you'll probably be coming up behind it, so that may not be information that you have a lot of access to. But yeah, as you can see, I do get the speed boost bonus with the Tonfas active. And just the kick does 9,000 to a Zeta HML. There is time to follow up with the rifle. And yeah, this I like this. Hopefully I'll be able to get something with it. But yeah, that is the Gottrlatan. And we are, if I have missed anything about it, or if anybody has any questions, let me know and I will do my best to answer. But that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later.